Hello, this is my review of the Sony PlayStation Gold wireless stereo headset. And I brought up the image of what you get in the box. You get the headphones, you get a 3.5mm headphone jack, you get a charger, and you get the USB wireless port that you can plug into your PlayStation. And you get a little carrying bag, which is always cool. So next I'll bring up the Amazon page for the headphones, which is where I bought it for $79 because I have Prime. And let me read to you the functions that this headset has. It is a 7.1 virtual surround sound. It has an internal microphone. You don't see it, but it's there, and it actually records pretty good sound, which you can hear because I'm actually recording on the microphone right now. It's also noise canceling, and the headphones are developed by Sony, which means that they're optimized for the PlayStation, which is always good. It's very comfortable, and it never hurts my head after an hour or two of playing, and you can connect wirelessly or through the 3.5mm jack to your PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, PS Vita, your computer, or an iPhone, or anything that has a headphone jack. So let's move on to the reviews. The reviews are overwhelmingly good. You can find maybe a couple bad reviews of people that don't know how to take care of their headphones and they break them. But for the most part, I've had these headphones for about 2 months now, and I cannot be happier. In a moment, we're going to move on to how they do in actual gameplay. And so I'm a Call of Duty player, and so when I bought these, I was wondering, can they record footsteps? If I hear people in the game, am I going to be able to tell which direction they're coming from? Am I going to be able to predict where people are coming from? Am I going to be able to know if that's a teammate or if it's an enemy? So over the course of my experience with this headset, I've been pretty satisfied because I don't even have to use all the perks to hear everybody, and I can usually hear people, and for about 90% of the occasions, I can tell which direction they're coming from, which is awesome. Because before I've been playing on a TV for my whole career of gaming, and I usually can hear some things, but I can never tell which direction they're coming from, and these headsets definitely help with that. So if you're looking for a headset, a cheap headset, mind you, I believe that this headset is the best bang for your buck. You can get it right now for $80, and it'll immediately increase your ability to hear people and enjoy the game. And also another one of the biggest perks. So I have roommates. You may have roommates. You may have children. You may have family members. You may have friends that you live with. And for the most of my gaming career, I've played and I either had to close the doors or play quietly because I didn't want to disturb people who were studying, sleeping, or working, or just trying to have a peaceful afternoon without gunshots or explosions going off. And so the headsets also allow me to play as loud as I want, which is the way I believe you should listen or enjoy any media experience. You should be able to hear everything. I can enjoy my gaming experience and also not disrupt other people, which is awesome. So if you're a family man, if you have roommates, if you don't want to wake people up, you really should think about getting a headset because not only does it increase um, the overall quality of the sound in general, you can make that sound only affect you and not wake up people or disrupt people or distract them. So let's take an example from this game. I'm in a spot where enemies can come either from my back or my front. And right here I don't see anything, and most of the time you don't see your enemies. But here I like to rely on the headset because what do I hear? I think I hear somebody coming. I'm ready, and I outgun him, and I win that engagement, which is awesome. So that's a direct application of the headset. If I didn't have the headset, I probably would have been beat right there. So the rest of this game is pretty much a breeze. I'm doing pretty good. This is actually the first game after I prestige. So if you're a Call of Duty person, you know that I have no perks. The perk that I chose to keep was Ghost, just because I didn't want to have to always shoot down UAVs so people didn't know where I'm coming from. But this is basically bare bones. I only have my weapon attachments. I have nothing special. I don't have awareness. I don't have dead silence. So my footsteps are loud, and their footsteps are the normal volume. But still, I can consistently hear players, and I can outplay them because I know which way they're coming from, and they don't know which way I am. So let's move on to the final verdict of the headphones. I've played The Last of Us. I've played Rayman. I've played a bunch of other games. And the verdict is pretty much the same, though in those games, hearing footsteps and all that is not as important. But cinematically, story games like The Last of Us are really immersive, and the sound quality is amazing, and you should really play all games the way they are meant to be played, which is where you can hear everything. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by my zap gun. It's actually pretty fun. So the final verdict: comfort, they feel great; sound, they sound great; function and adaptability, I can put these on my iPhone, I can put them on my iPod, I can put them on my computer, I can listen to anything that has a headphone jack. I can also listen wirelessly if that object has a USB port, like my computer or the PlayStation, or even my TV. So another topic I'd like to cover is, if you're recording gameplay, how do you use a headset and be able to hear the high quality sound and also record that sound, because that was a problem I had in the beginning. So this is my setup, and listen carefully because this is kind of wacky, and if I had more funds and if I was more dedicated to making content, I would definitely have better hardware. But this is how I do it. I use my headphones and I connect them to the TV. I don't connect them to the PlayStation. I don't connect them to the computer. I use the 3.5mm headphone jack to connect them to the back of the TV. So that way, my sound hearing while I'm playing is solved. I can hear everything like I do when I plug it into the PlayStation. Next, if I am wanting to talk to players in the game with a headphone, I can't use the built-in wireless microphone in the headset if I'm only connected to the TV. What I do is I use the given headphone that they give you with the PlayStation 4, that little one earbud thing, and I connect that to my controller, and what I can actually do is put that in my right ear underneath my headphones. And because these are over the ear headphones, I can pretty much play comfortably, hear the sound, and use the microphone. My teammates can hear any callouts that I'm calling, and I can also hear the sound. As for recording, I use the Elgato HD60, which is another pretty cheap acquisition that you can make. It records 1080p 60 frames a second, and it's pretty simple. Setup was a little bit tricky, but you can figure it out in no time. And I use that, and I connect it from the PlayStation using HDMI cables to my computer, and I just record. And so that's pretty much it. The verdict is, if you never had a headset and you're wondering whether it'll help your game, help you become a better player, help you do better, and help you enjoy the game more and not wake people up, I think you can't go anywhere else. This is $79 for a headset that is designed for the PlayStation. It works seamlessly, there's nothing that you have to really work out, you just plug it in and you play. For a beginner who's never used a headset before, it's easy. And if you have any comments or anything else that you wanted to share with me before I end the video, leave a comment. I'm pretty responsive. I don't have any viewers, so if you comment, I'll respond, and we can start a conversation. If you have any further questions about Footsteps or Call of Duty, or how to set it up or how to record with it, I can help you out. So anyways, this is a 24-4 gameplay. I use the headset every single time I play. I can't play without it anymore. And I'll see you next time. If you want me to do a review of the HD60, the capture card, I can also do that too. Good night.